Good morning, good morning, good Monday morning to you. Speedy Gonzalez, Lila Gonzalez here. Lila here, not Speedy. Lila is the author of the upcoming book, The Reinvented Woman. And I just spent an entire weekend with my publisher and a whole bunch of other people who want to become authors, and then a whole bunch of my friends from all around the world who are authors. And so I'm super duper excited to be here with you on this Monday morning. I had a fantastic weekend and just a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation, a lot of implementation. So we're going to implement some stuff today here with you. I'm going to teach you about the legs. Last week we talked about Speedy says hi and Speedy says bye. Speedy's actually not a morning dog. He likes to stay in bed. He likes to stay under the covers. So I'm going to bring him in and show him to you guys more often, but like you can see, he wants down. Love you, buddy. Okay, thank you for being so sweet. Okay, he's going to go back to taking a nap now while we talk about your legs. I want to do just a little reminder on what we did last week. And so last week, this is the 10 steps basically of the bowspring system. The bowspring system, as one of my friends here calls it, she calls it bouncy yoga. This is the 10 steps to a new you, to a new body. Good morning, Britt. Oh my God, you have blessed my heart so much by sharing that you are practicing this and you are trying this out in your own body and feeling it. And I'm so interested. Please keep me abreast, and I think we should chat maybe next week. Just hop on the phone and maybe, we can hop on a video chat. That would be even cooler, and I could show you. And anybody, really, if you've been doing this at home and you want to hop on a chat, we can go on a video and I can show you a few things maybe that you're doing in your body that can help you tons, whether it be at work, sitting, if you have a standing desk, here's the deal. Any of you guys who have a standing desk, it's not better than a sitting desk if you're not standing right. If you're standing imbalanced, if you're putting all your weight on one hip. It doesn't matter if you're standing or you're sitting. You're still going to harm yourself over time if you're imbalanced. If you're always standing on your right leg, your right hip, you're going to have a problem over time. So you still want to learn how to walk, how to stand, how to sit, and also just how to keep your entire being, your body, uplifted away from the earth a little bit more, so that over time, when you want to live to 80, 100, I had some woman tell me recently she wanted to live to 120. So if we want to live that long, we need to take care of our body, and nobody ever taught you how to walk, right? Maybe some of you out there maybe had some training on how to walk, but many of you have never even thought about how you're walking, and you would be surprised. I'll tell you, have somebody videotape you from behind. You don't know what you look like from behind. So today we're going to talk about the legs, especially the back part of the legs. The back side of your body is ignored. You really don't know what you look like on the back side most of the time because you see the front. Good morning, beautiful Emily. So good to see you, honey. We're going to talk about legs today. And I just want to remind you guys, heart, the 5 steps, the first 5 steps are radiant heart, so you feel the rib cage up nice and big, and it's twofold. It's with your awareness, your consciousness. You take it to the center of your heart, the center of your ribs, and you soften, and then you breathe and you open up that space with breath from the inside. So you're creating more space in your body on the inside. Shoulders wide, up and apart, so the shoulders really float on your rib cage. Your rib cage is full and expansive, and then your shoulders and your collarbones can float. Number 3 is your arms. Biggest thing, elbows forward. Elbows not back, elbows forward. And then straight arms help get your ribs even more full and your heart more full. Hands, soft hands, really soft hands. So just as a reminder, I like to put my thumb here, we call it seed hands, thumb on index finger, wrap your other 4 fingers in, and just almost like you could hold a butterfly, really sweet butterfly in the palm of your hand. So you're not squeezing hard, just really soft. And then your feet, same thing. We talked about the feet as your paws. I'm going to go ahead and stand up now, and as I go to the legs, so step 6 is the legs. I'll talk about the feet and the legs here at the same time. Okay? So step 6, legs, dynamic legs for energized days. Here's the deal. I think I shared with you last week in the last video about feet, about how if the heels of your feet are down, you're in park. Okay? When the heels of your feet are down, often your legs are straight. You'll find most people around the world stand like this, legs straight, heels, more weight in the back of the heels. You can see here, more weight in the back of my heels. Toes up. Instead, toes first, then the mound of your foot, heel of your foot stays light. And then you keep your knees bent and your hips back. Okay? So, a few things here. When you lift your heels of your feet, keep your knees bent. So you'll notice, if you lift your heels of your feet just like this, you'll feel wobbly. If you lift the heels of your feet and bend your knees, you feel more in control of your movement. You feel more dynamic. When you feel more dynamic, you feel more energized. When you lift your heels, you're ready for action. Your back body lights up and it can lift you up and go forward and towards what you want in life. And so if you're standing still, the heels down, legs straight, you could potentially feel like a lot of tension in your knees, a lot of tension in your hips, a lot of tension in your ankles, but also you feel stuck in life. You might not understand why you can't get past where you are right now. You can't get where you want to go. Try using your body as a tool to get you where you want to go in life, okay? So you'll notice your hips here. When you bend your knees, your hips go back. When your legs are straight, your hips are under your ribs. I'll show you again. So these are your groins. I'll show you from this angle. When your knees bend, hips go back. When your knees are straight, groins pop forward. Okay? So you'll see, and I'm going to talk about the hips tomorrow, but you'll see here, oftentimes your low back will not be very protected because you've been taught to maybe to get strong, to tuck your bum, And so what I'm asking you is to lift your bum, but how do you do that? From weight on the front of your feet, knees bent, and then hips back. So it's weird, I know. If it feels weird as you're walking, it's normal. You're literally retraining your body. If it didn't feel uncomfortable, you wouldn't be making some sort of transformational shift in your body. So just trust that if you feel like you're kind of sticking your butt out, it's okay in the beginning. It feels a little bit awkward. So just try it. Or like I say, don't believe anything I say. Just try it and see what happens. Like Britt here. Britt, she said, I want to read the comment. I should pull it up here. But what she said basically was, this isn't easy. And yet, I feel amazing. Something to that effect. I'll put her quote up on here. But it's not easy. It's so different. It's literally asking you, I call it opposite day. It's asking you to do opposite of what you've been either told to do or been doing your entire life, most of your life. This is the way a baby walks. Think about it. This is the way a baby walks. Yeah. So we're basically bringing you back to a time before you were taught how to, or before you picked up on walking from seeing other people. When you were a little baby, you walked on the front of your feet. And your back was lifted. So the back of your legs, most people are heavy on the quad side, weak on the hamstring side. So what we're doing by lifting your heels and bending your knees, you're lighting up the back side of your leg all the way from the bottoms of your feet up, okay? So here, you'll feel it soft and harder here. Even if you lift your leg up, harder, jiggly. Totally. Hard, soft. So here, lifting your heels, bending your knees, you feel your hamstrings and your quads, and they're more even. They may not be perfectly even yet, but you're working on more of an even tone all the way around your leg. Not just the tension and strength in the quads, but also even strength and flexibility in your hamstrings. So it's super duper powerful to simply keep your heels slightly lifted, even when you're sitting at your desk. For example, if your heels are on the floor, your nervous system thinks you're more in a restful position. So you're going to feel more tired potentially. Just a simple exercise practice of lifting your heels up. You'll notice when you lift your heels, your hips will go back just a little. And if they do, good. You want your hips to go back behind your ribs. We're going to talk a bunch about the hips tomorrow. And next week, I'm going to give you some exercises to do. But this last week and then this week and all these 10 videos are really just to help you see how can you form your body in a whole new way that's more curvy, that's more open regularly, and that's more dynamic. So it's curvy, open, and dynamic. Okay, that's what this is. Energized days. Dynamic means movement, in motion, not static, staying still, which we need sometimes. We need static movement. We need to be still, release, let go, honor the presence with stillness. But most of us need a lot more dynamism in our life. We need to move more. We need to bounce more. I'll share with you, I was at this all-weekend conference. And basically, I sat in a chair most of the time for about 2.5 days. And my body was tight from that. So even like as much as I do all this work and, you know, I was keeping my body lifted and during the conference. And last night I was chatting with my friend. And then right before I went to bed, I thought, my body doesn't feel so great. So I got into this movement and I realized, wow, I was holding on to way more tension than I realized. So I just got a little bit, you know, I was trying to stretch, you know, we can stretch, whatever. But when you move it, you get so much more out of it. And your body, your connective tissue, I'm going to talk more about that next week. I said, I've given you little like hints that I'm going to talk about fascia because it's so exciting. It's like there's so much new research on fascia. Fascia is your connective tissue. Your nervous system runs through your fascia. It's like the highway for your nervous system. And so when you're working, so little things like this, you're working your body, you're working your muscles, you're working your bones, you're working your connective tissue, but you're also working your nervous system. So this is, I mean, I love you and I want your body to feel good, but I really want your mind and your body and your spirit, everything to feel good. It's not just about having a good body or even living a long time. It's like when you're living, I want you to feel good. I want you to feel energized. That's what this is about. It's just a new way to form your body to take more action in your life. I do a lot in life, and I don't feel like I'm ever overdoing. No, I'll pause, I'll step back. Sometimes I feel that, and then I harmonize back towards my center spot. So it happens, but this practice of bouncing, what my friend calls bouncy yoga, of bending your knees, of opening your ribs. I mean, your armpits, this area, guys, it's like the place where the sun doesn't shine ever. So let the sun shine. Let it open. Let space, let that space open. Let the back of your knees open. Less rigidity, more fluidity. Think about yourself like a cat. When a cat can land on their feet. They're really strong. They can jump high. They can, they get in cat fights maybe or play. But then when a cat relaxes, and you feel their skin and stuff, it's like soft and supple and I don't want you guys to be hard as a rock muscly. I want you to be able to engage your muscle, but actually I want you to be super duper soft and supple and a little bit jiggly even when you're relaxed, because that's a reflection of your nervous system. So I'm working towards that. My body has been in the past quite tight. I have a lot of deep, dense muscle. I have a lot of, even emotional trauma that was held deep in my muscles. And so I'm continuously working on softening. And here's the cool thing. When you soften, you have more control over your body. So when you're holding tense, no offense to all the muscly men and muscly women, and I'm a muscly woman, we've all got muscles somewhere in our body, but it's about learning how to release when we need to release and engage when we need to engage, whether it be in life, let go what we need to let go of, or take the action and make the decisions to step forward when we need to. It's just a reflection of that. We're getting more control of our body to get more control of our life, whether it be in your business, in your relationships, in your bank account, wherever it is. The body is a tool, is an avenue, is a pathway to get you where you want to go. Okay? I love you. Use your legs. I would love to see some, even if you want to send me some video. Oh my God, that would totally make, pictures are great too. I love all that. Words are good too. You can send me a message. But if you want to send me a video, I'd love to see. And if you do, send me a video like this, where you bounce a little. Okay, you lift your heels, bounce. So you call these tease leaps. I showed them to you before, and now you're just getting to see with the wings spread. See? And knees bent, belly lifts. I'll even show you from the back. So you stay wide, your wings spread, knees bent, hips back. If that's all you did every day, if you just did 10 on each side and then 10 in the middle, life would change. You'd have so much. Hey, Leslie. Oh, so good to see you, Chica. I hope I bet where you are, it's really hot right now. Is that the case? I bet you. It's pretty warm actually in Denver right now, and I know you're in the middle of the country, and it's probably even hotter. So this end of July, August time of the year for me is always like, whew. I don't know. I like the cold better than this hot heat. But what's neat about this practice that I'm teaching right now about the body, it's like when even if you're in hot temperatures or cold temperatures, you're more aware of your body, so you're actually able to control your body temperature more even with this practice. Because you can go in, you can say, okay, I'm cold, how can I control maybe the shivering? And you use your breath and you use even the shape of your body. Or when you're hot, you can actually use a little bit of that bouncing, a little bit of that springing to release, like for instance, if I'm in too much heat, I get a little bit irritable. I get a little frustrated and things kind of like, my nervous system is on a little bit higher alert when it's hot out. And so when that's the case, if I just do a little bit of like pulsing, my nervous system settles, I feel more grounded, I don't feel as irritated and frustrated in the heat. So use this tool and just practice. See what happens in your life. I love you. I'm sending you all so many blessings. Tomorrow we're going to talk about hips. Hips are one of my favorite topics to talk about with this. I often say with a lot of my classes that I teach, I'm a little bit hip heavy because I believe that, we open up the base of our body and then everything else can kind of open up from there. We open up the heart. That's why we start with the heart. Open up the heart. Everything else can open up from there. But I think that, with our static society, most people sitting, not moving, not bouncing much, the opening up the hips can provide so much relief in your body, in your mind, and even in your life. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Wake up with Lila. 10 steps to a new body. Step 7. What should we call it? Those hips don't lie. All right. Namaste, friends.